Yo, yo. What's up, people? How's everyone doing today? What's up, peeps? The volume okay? Can everyone hear me all right? Come on, dog. Don't do me like that. I'm 30. I turned 30 in the summer. Yo, 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 yo. Holy shit, never seen what Maine looks like. This is me, man. I did the face reveal on my video with BTC Jack Sparrow. I didn't want to make a big thing of it. I'm like, fuck it. But I figured when I did the video with him, a lot of the comments from people were that, you saw his face, you couldn't see my face. It'd be better if you could see my face. Looks like we're having a conversation. Sure enough, his webcam broke, so it was just me talking into the abyss. But I feel like it still went well. I had super fun time doing that podcast. If you haven't seen that yet, check that out for sure. It was really fun. But yeah, this is what I look like. Bruh, that eensy weeny little webcam pic. You want me to make it bigger? You guys want me to make it bigger? I definitely look young. I know. I get that all the time. If I shave this gorgeous mustache, as Vladislav said here, I would look even younger. It is Movember, though, so growing this one out for the boys for a good cause. But yeah, the facial hair game is lacking. It's lacking for sure. Blame my father for that one. Cool. So we got a couple people watching here. We'll just fucking get into it. No need to dilly dally. Cool. So what's up? What's up? Welcome back. Bigger webcam, bruh. So like make the image of me bigger, is what you're saying? You want to see me closer up? I feel like I can do that. Is that better? I'm nervous, man. I'm nervous. It's like I'm fucking FaceTiming a girl or something right now. This is weird. Alright. Vape Nation. Cool. So, what's up, man? It's people. It's good to see y'all. So I just wanted to do a quick little stream here and kind of just reintroduce myself to Discord. I wasn't, not that I wasn't on Discord, but long story short, I started Discord 2.5 years ago. If you look here, when I posted this original welcome message, this was June of 2018, which is crazy. Insane to think that it was that long ago that I posted this message and started this Discord with the help of the homie Cred, because I did not know what I was doing. I guess I made it even before then, April of 2018. So that's a long fucking time ago. Originally called it the PA Palace. a lot of the people who you see trade PA, ICT style were in this group at one point. I didn't invent PA, but a lot of people joined this group, found ICT through me, found Trader at Z, went on, learned on their own, and are now crushing it. It is amazing to see how many amazing PA traders there are on Twitter now. It's awesome. I'm not saying that's all because of me, but I think maybe a small fraction. I had some influence. I'll take some credit. And it's awesome, man. I had a lot of fun doing that Discord, posting educational content, posting streams, just interacting with people. I loved it. We had a very vibrant, bustling community for a long time. Then I went down the paid group route for a little bit. After posting all the time, doing all these videos, I was like, you know what, I'm spending a ton of time. I want to do even more time doing, what I enjoy, which is helping people, posting content, educating. So I started a paid group called Bitcoin Trade Group, BTG, with Scarface, goes by Tyler Durden now, and Mr. TA, Technical Anal. And it was awesome. We had a great run. I really enjoyed it. We helped a ton of people. We had some amazing traders come out of that group, in that group. I loved it. I produced hundreds of educational videos, hundreds of streams. But I just got to a point where I just kind of got burnt out. And I'd been going so hard for over 2 years in that group, every day doing videos, posting content and shit, that it was kind of making me I was kind of losing my love not for trading necessarily, but I didn't want to put in my own chart time, which is necessary. No matter how long you've been trading, you got to still put in chart time and always be improving. And I kind of lost my, desire, because I was spending so much time in Discord helping other people, looking at other people's charts, that when it came time to do my own trading, I'm fucking commenting on people's trades. They're like, oh, I just crushed a 6R based on your analysis. And I'm like, I didn't even get in the fucking trade. So it was affecting me mentally, just being exhausted, stressed about it, feeling pressure. And it affected my trading negatively, my social, my social life was affected by it, because when you have a paid service, people, you're beholden to people. I have to post, right? People are paying me. So I decided in the summer of this year I didn't want to do it anymore. So amicably, I parted ways with the group. And there's no hard feelings or anything like that. This was not like some exit scam or some bullshit. I actually gave back any money I had received in the months leading up to my departure, just in case anyone felt like they were slighted. They got their full refund back. It was never about the money, so it was good. But, spent the summer enjoying it to the best of my ability. Obviously, COVID, kind of fucked up those plans a little bit, but it is what it is. We did our best. And, I definitely was missing something. I do really enjoy doing videos like this. I enjoy helping people. I'm not saying I'm fucking some guru who's gonna fucking take you from zero to profitability, with a simple little trick. But what I am good at, I believe, I know how to trade for myself, is really helping people get the basics under their belt in terms of marking up charts, basic PA concepts, and then pointing you in the direction where then you can go and continue your education, putting in your own chart time and really improving. I love that shit. I enjoy it. I like making videos. It's fun. I like having those podcast conversations, those interviews. I love that shit. So I missed it. So I'm like, you know what? What better time than now? Bitcoin is at $15,000. It's flying. We're clearly, in my opinion, entering, the beginning of a bull trend going into next year. What better time than now to get the community firing up again? It's all of the stuff I'd posted in PA Palace is still there. So there's tons of educational content in there. It's all still there. And I'm going to be releasing some of the educational videos I did for my paid group for free on YouTube. I'm just going to start releasing those over time. And I've got some more educational stuff planned. And it's all going to be free. But with that said, it being free, I don't I don't owe anything to anyone, right? So I can't promise I'm going to be in there every day doing a video every day. I can't promise I'm going to answer every tag, but I'm going to do my best because I want to. So don't be shy. Tag me. I'm going to post. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I really am. So, I appreciate all of you guys who are here hanging out. I know we're going to get that community popping again. It's a lot of fun. At the end of the day, we're all here to, make some money in this next bull run and buy, hopefully buy an island, because I'm so sick of this COVID shit. I might just have to buy an island so I don't have to deal with any sort of government shutdown BS, but it is what it is. So purpose of the stream, just want to kind of give everyone an update where I'm at, kind of where my head's at. And then, let's just fucking get it popping. If you guys want, I'll do a quick analysis on Bitcoin. I'll do a quick analysis on Ethereum. And then if you guys want me to chart anything, drop in the chat and I'll fucking chart it for you. Let's rock. Okay, pretty good, mate. How's it going? It's going good, Nick. I'm 30. Just started OnlyFans. That's the real fucking paid group scheme, the OnlyFans. Maybe I'll get on that. I don't know if I'm pretty enough. My boobs aren't big enough. I have been working out, though. I've been working out a little bit. Hey, yo, what's up, X-Fire? Gorgeous mustache, thank you. Image is fine. Do you have a lot of watch lists on TradingView? Yes, I do. I have a Forex one, I have a metals one, I have crypto, I have altcoins, I have DeFi, I have a bunch. Hey, hope it's recorded. 3:30 here in UK sleep time. Yes, everything I do always stays on YouTube, so you can watch it later. Misha, great to see you posting again more often. Thank you, bro. Happy to be back. What up, MM? Everything is still in the Discord. X-Fire, is trading your full-time gig? No. So I've traded full-time before for a few years. Trading full-time is difficult. I think a lot of the people you see in CT who trade full-time have huge stacks, like insane stacks. And it's pretty easy to make money in crypto. If you're moving hundreds and thousands of Bitcoin, you can just hold, right? You don't really need to worry. When I first traded full-time, it was back in 2015. I didn't really have any crypto back then. And I was trading Forex and equities full-time. And I built up an account. When you're trading full-time and you have to pay the bills, it's a lot harder to do, right? Because you're stressing, you might be taking trades you shouldn't be trading. So any advice I can give to someone who's thinking about trading full-time, make sure you have a fat stack saved up, like a year, at least 6 months, but I recommend even a year of expenses in the bank. So you're not, worried about how you're going to pay your check and shit like that. I was dumb and I just built up a small account. I was like, I'm going to fucking do it full time. But I luckily was profitable. But I'm an entrepreneur. I have actually a few businesses. Trading is one of my businesses. So I trade the London Open session, which for where I am on the West Coast, same time zone as LA, I start trading about 10 at night, usually till about 1 in the morning. And then I'll wake up around 5:30 or 6 sometimes and trade the New York Open as well, especially for equities, right? If you're trading the SPX, shit like that. I have a business as well, a recruitment business that I've been running for almost 4 years now. So I have a recruitment company that I started with some friends from university. So I've been running that for about 4 years, which is an awesome business. I'm working on some other stuff on the side. I've got a lot of investments. I've got investments in real estate. I've got fucking investments all over the place, private investments, public investments. So I like to call myself an entrepreneur. But trading is not all I do. But I do trade, but I also have something, during the day. I run my recruitment business. I have a few employees. I do a lot of work with crypto companies, so it's awesome to be able to kind of tie those two things in. And then obviously I spend a good portion of the day shit posting on Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, you should know that. All right. Pump It Main. Yeah, what up? Kareem Abdallah. That's all we can ask. Keep it 100. My man. Floyd, what's up? Good to have you back, King. Thanks, bro. core and OCTO thoughts. We can go through those. You can tell he's Canadian by the way he uses the F word. Ah, fuck, buddy, you're on to me. You're on to me. What do you know about that? A boot? About? A boot? I don't think I say about weird. What do you know about that? Fucker. Maybe I am Canadian. Glad the YouTube is back up for show. Are you going to post link? Yeah, the link to the group is in the description. If you guys aren't in the Discord, link is in the description of this video. So go ahead. Xem BTC is good fundamentals for the next couple months. Would be great to see a chart. After ETH2PO is implemented, do you think Bitcoin goes on a run and leaves alts in the dust? Marty in there, sorry. You waiting for big pullback to add BTC spot. Let's answer all those questions with the chart. Enough of me just talking, y'all. So, Bitcoin on the monthly looks absolutely beastly. Nothing about this chart, in my opinion, is bearish in the slightest. So, when I'm looking super high time frame like this, there's going to be a couple of levels, right, that jump out to me right away. So I'm going to mark those levels, and then we'll drill down on the lower time frame, and we'll look at what price action's been doing around those levels. I can kind of explain why they're key levels, and we can kind of go through that. So first key level I see here is right here. Okay, and you can see already without me even kind of doing shit that this level here is critical, right? So this was the cap on price for a long time here, right? We had this big run up. Obviously we ran well above the level, but closed all the way back down below. Again, next month all above, back down below, reject here, right? Came through here, right? Came through, closed through. Next month, right? Retest here. Where's my arrow, baby? Where's my arrow? Retest. Oh, God. Oh, God. I still suck at TradingView. That hasn't changed in 3 years. Let's see if this is what I want, right? So close through, retest, 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 okay? All of those retests held. So if I zoom in now to, let's say, even just the weekly, we can see how key this level was, right? We have a very clear move into the level, support, move away from the level, right? Zoom in even more, right? Price gets through the level, deviates below the level. Once we're back above the level, it's fucking straight to the moon. So 10,761, very key level on the monthly, right? So something I always talk about in my videos, because I like to believe that I was one of the first people who used the term order blocks on CT. Obviously not the very first person. I know ICT obviously is the one who coined the term. Order blocks, basically supply and demand. But when I started the PA Palace, started posting a lot about order blocks, I saw a lot of other people wanting to use them, and I love it. PA is my favorite way to trade. It's what I do. But one issue people always had is that you need to know what order blocks are significant. And one piece of advice that I always give when trying to select order blocks that matter are finding order blocks that form near key SR levels, okay? So this is an order block. So like this is an order block. Technically this is an order block, right? This is an order block, right? Like there's order blocks everywhere, right? But there's a few key things that you need to think of when you're picking your order blocks. One is recency. Two, proximity to price. I don't care about an order block down here anymore, right? Like I don't give a shit if this is an order block. I don't give a shit. Why? Well, we're nowhere near there, right? Recency, right? An order block here to me is less important than an order block that is still near price but is closer from a time perspective, right? Recency. The next, which is the major key is near a key support level. So to me, an order block is nothing unless it's confluent with a key support level. So what could your key support level be? It could be a level like this that we just marked on the high time frame, and then you're now going to zoom in and look for order blocks forming near there. It can be, if you're a range trader, shout out to the homie trader SZ. If you're a range trader, right, your key SR can be your range high, your range EQ, your range low, and then I'm looking for order blocks near these levels to get involved, right? As opposed to just a random order block in the middle of nowhere. So without giving all the entire farm away here, do you see an order block near a key SR level on this monthly chart that might be worth paying attention to? Nothing wrong with Canadian. You're goddamn right there's nothing wrong with Canadian. Being Canadian is awesome. Interesting to know your approaches to taxes and getting in and out of BTC for Canadian citizens. That sounds like a question the CRA/IRS would be asking. I don't know why you're so curious, bro. My approach to taxes is to pay them. I run a company. Like I said, I have lots of investments. I'm 30 years old. Gone is the time that I am trying to just hide crypto, right? I think everyone had, a lot of people try and trade anonymously. They don't want anyone to know where their crypto is, blah, blah, blah. I'm of the mindset that, I live in a country where the tax system is very strong, just like the US. I'm more interested in just paying taxes and then not having to worry about it. So my approach would be get a good accountant who can help you, and then pay your fucking taxes, right? As much as I love Bitcoin, I trade Bitcoin to get more money. Obviously, I want more Bitcoin too when it's going up, and when Bitcoin's going down, I'm trading Bitcoin to get more money because Bitcoin's going down. But at the end of the day, I don't use Bitcoin to buy anything. I use money, Canadian dollars to buy things. So I pay taxes. You should pay taxes too. If you're listening, CRA, you heard it here first. 10 to 12,000, yes. 10.7 to 12K, most recent red candle. Ted 11, Mitch, someone told me you'd be doing cocaine on stream, and that's why the webcam's on. That'll be next week's stream. Will be the cocaine stream on a Friday. It's a Wednesday. I'm an old man. I'm not doing cocaine tonight. Yeah, so everyone's got it here. Right? Here's the level of interest for me as an order block. So now, if I am a high time frame trader, if I'm a position trader, if I'm a really, really high time frame swing trader, this is an area where I'm going to be paying attention for a dip, right? Bitcoin loves to do big old pullbacks. And it loves to do them when people are at their kind of most euphoric. It loves to give you a big old fucking pullback, and then it rips face again, right? So it's like boom, and it's done. It completely engulfs it. So oftentimes you're gonna miss it, right? You're gonna miss that big old, everyone wants the pullback. Everyone wants the pullback. First, it starts with everyone wants this is how the sentiment goes on CT. First, everyone wants a pullback. I'm waiting for a pullback. Then price just continues to chat higher. And then the sentiment becomes, there are no pullbacks. We're going straight to the moon. There are no pullbacks fucking long now. That's when you get the pullback. Then everyone freaks the fuck out. We're going to 3K, 6K, whatever. And then it completely rips back and we're back above where the pullback was within literally days or weeks sometimes. Perfect example is here, right? We left the bottom, right? Wait for the pullback. We're going to pull back and retest here. Never came. Pushed higher, right? Everyone, oh, we're never going to pull back. We're never going to pull back. Huge pullback. Completely engulfed it. Huge pullback. Completely engulfed it, right? So go look on CT and look at the sentiment before this drop here. Because I remember specifically it's, okay, we're breaking out. Wait for the pullback. Oh, never mind. No pullbacks allowed. We're going straight to 20K. Then you get that fat 30% pullback, right? So what do you have here? From top to bottom, right? That's a 24% pullback. What about this one? 15% pullback. What about this one here? Fucking fucker. Fuck you, you fuck. Right? What about this big old boy? 30% pullback, right? 30, 40, no, wait. 40% pullback. It does pull back, guys. But what happens is it's quick and then the trend continues, right? So where do I think we are in sentiment-wise right now? I think we're getting close to that there are no pullbacks kind of sentiment. I'm not saying we're topped yet. We could go a little higher, but I think we're getting close to the sentiment online where it's like there are no pullbacks. You missed it. Long now, you missed it. So I would not be surprised if we see one of these kind of, quick fucking booms. I'm not saying it's going to perfectly come and retest this order block. This is the monthly chart. I'm not saying the pullback is going to last 3 months. I'm just giving you an idea that I think we're getting close, if not there, to the point where people are like, there are no pullbacks, right? We are going to see a 20 to 30% pullback on Bitcoin within the next 2 to 5 weeks. And I know that's a long time, right? But if you're just saying, hey, I want to buy more spot, I don't think now is the time. Where could we go higher from here? Absolutely. We could go to 16, 17K. But before we get to like, personally, I think before 17K, we see 14K again. Personally. Could be wrong. I absolutely think before 20K, we see some sort of pullback. Right? Before we hit 20K, we see some sort of significant pullback, and it will be fast, and then the trend will continue. Really, and this is something that I talked about with Jack as well in my podcast with him. I would not be surprised to see something like this, right? And then obviously continue up, and then another nice correction once we get towards all-time high, and then just continue the trend. But this monthly block, so someone here asked me, they said, are you looking to buy spot here? Or are you waiting for a pullback? I'm personally waiting for a pullback. I know that pullback will come. It might go higher first, but I bought spot here, sold on the way up here. I bought more spot here, and I've been selling ever since we crossed like 13K. I started selling some spot, and I'm happy to buy that back cheaper or slightly more expensive, right? So I've sold some spot at 15K. If we pull back to 12, great. I made money. If we are, if I have to buy higher, I have to buy higher. You've gotta understand that my strategy for trading and investing is a little different. The time horizons are different. I posted a tweet at the fucking bottom and said I'm starting to buy Bitcoin and I'm not selling it for months. Well, months went and then I started selling some. So this is that key order block I was talking about. And as you can see, if we're talking about this price swing, this range, a pullback to this order block would take us right into our little sweet spot, right? So usually when we're in a trending environment, you'll see 3 types of pullbacks. The extremely shallow pullback to the 0.382 is uber bullish, right? If we're in a very bullish trend, oftentimes you get a little shallow pullback to the 382. The other pullback will be the EQ pullback, right? Still super bullish. My favorite pullback to get involved in, and it's not any less bullish than any of the other ones, but it's usually the more painful one, is the kind of 6.2, so this is the 61.8 fib to the 78.6 fib. ICT calls this the sweet spot. Chris Laurie calls this the apex, because this is a big enough of a pullback that people start shitting their pants. People who shorted start taking profits, right? People who longed start closing their longs. And people just start getting scared, thinking, hey, we're going to fucking just keep dropping. It's a big old deep pullback, and it's kind of as deep as I ever want to see price go before seeing continuation. Generally, if we pull back deeper than this, I think we're actually going to see a trend reversal. Excuse me. But this would also be in line with, oh, look at that. Nice little 20 to 30% pullback would put us right in that kind of window. So this is an area of interest for me. If you're like, I've sold some spot, I want to buy some spot, whatever, I'm waiting for a double-digit pullback at the very least. To me, a very simple strategy for dollar cost averaging and getting involved in a bull market is if you believe we're in a bull market or entering a bull market, which I do, anytime I see Bitcoin retrace double-digit percentages, 10, 20, 30%, I'm loading up, right? What happened during COVID? Right? Obviously, we thought the world was going to end, right? But when it's pulling back this much, I'm buying. And like, to me at this point, if I'm wrong, my risk of ruin, right, is from 5K to 0, right? But my potential upside is huge. So if I buy 5 Bitcoins down here and I'm wrong, I lose $25,000. But if I'm right in terms of just like Bitcoin's not going to 0, to me, that was cheap as hell Bitcoin, and I wanted some, right? So that's not even a TA thing. That's just fucking, buy the blood. So similar idea here, right? If we see some sort of big old fat pullback, and now I'm going to refine that monthly order block to this weekly one, okay? To me, this is your buy the fucking dip zone. If we get some sort of fast, sharp pullback, I don't care what it looks like, because what's going to look like is this. Gonna look like a big old fat red candle in your face. I'm gonna be buying that blood anywhere in here if I can. I'm not saying it's gonna come this low. I'm not saying it's gonna stop here and go here. It could go higher. It could go higher and then come here and then go. It could go here and then go. It could go lower and we could fucking break down. Anything can happen. I'm just saying this is what I'm doing. Whatever you want to do whatever the fuck you want to do, right? But this is an area where, in terms of high time frame position trading, looking long term, between 9.5 and 12K, if we get a dip anywhere in that area, Trader Main's going to be buying some Bitcoin. All right. Oh, interesting. Wicks or candle bodies? What camp are you in? It's like measuring just the shaft versus starting from the perineum. I'm assuming the perineum is something on your penis. But yeah, so personally, I've gone back and forth. Sometimes I've used the bodies, sometimes I've used the wicks. At the end of the day, right, there's 4 important points on a candle, right? So if you change the candle to the bars, there's 4 important items on the bar, right? There's the open, the close, the high, and the low. OHLC, open, high, low, close. If you ever see that terminology, OHLC, that's what that means. So using the entire candle to me is relevant because I do want to know where the high is. I do want to know where the low is. But the majority of the volume is going to be traded in the body of the candle. So in terms of reaction, I'm looking for a reaction in the body of the candle, but I oftentimes now will mark the entire candle unless the wicks are massive. If the wick is absolutely massive, like where it's just like kind of like one of these, let's assume this was an order block, like I'm not going to use that entire wick. And I'll usually zoom in and refine, right, to a lower time frame to get a tighter area to work in as well. But all 4 of those points on the candle are relevant in their own way. But for now, for the most part, I'll be using the wicks for the order blocks, the supply zones, whatever the fuck you want to call them. If more institutional that drop was the Binance hack. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Usually there's always some sort of fundamental hack or something that happens conveniently when price drops. If more institutional investors actually entering the market causing this move up, wouldn't they be long-term holding and make a pullback we are used to seeing less severe? Possibly. But if you go look at other instruments outside of crypto, right? Gold is bullish here. Okay? Okay? Look at where this comes. Right? Look at where that comes. So this is an area, right, that I think psychologically causes people to worry, right? If you longed gold here, and you're like, oh shit, I'm right. Where's your stop? Maybe here? Okay? Well, then you're stopped out. Maybe you somehow longed gold here. And your stop's here. You're right, you're killing it. Guess what? When price comes this far back, you're getting shook. People are getting shook. Stops are getting triggered. It's looking bearish, right? And then boom. Maybe you're long in here now. You're long in here. You're like, okay, that was the dip. We're going. And then they give you another deep pullback, right? So this swing, right? We pull back here and we pull back here again. But within this swing, there's another swing right here. And again, we get that deep pullback. So this happens in all markets. It's not just crypto. So I don't think necessarily institutional money coming in, holding, is going to be the reason that we don't get a deep pullback. I actually think that as more larger players come into the space, manipulation might even increase. Things might trade more like stocks and equities over time. But so no, I don't agree with that. And beyond that, let me just do some cleaning here. Beyond that, what the fuck am I trying to say here? I think once we start getting to 20K and beyond, people who bought at 3 to 5K, large players, they're going to start offloading, right? No one is holding all the way. This is not whales up here. This is not whales, right? Whales are offloading all the way here. This is peak euphoria retards buying and selling to each other at insane prices, right? The volume that is getting distributed from spot holders, big players, starts happening way back here and all the way on the way up, not at the absolute peak, right? And then that's why the demand is gone, right? You start seeing that. Maybe they got a couple more sells they got to make, and then boom, we're eating a dick. So I don't think the fact that there's large institutions coming in means we're not going to get pullbacks, right? If you're a large institution and you want to buy more Bitcoin, you can drive price down. One thing I do see is that this rally is more spot-led than derivative-led in the past, which I think is very bullish, but I still am of the mindset that we're going to see 20-30% pullbacks on the way to all-time high and beyond. Usually scaring FUD makes it hard to buy. Yeah, don't listen to FUD. Fear, unknown, and whatever the D stands for, disorientation. Don't listen to FUD. Look at the chart. Focus on the chart. Know your levels. Know where you're interested in getting involved, and ignore everything else. Do you want to come over and watch the Masters tomorrow? Absolutely. It's going to be about a fucking 8-hour flight, but I'll be there. Yeah, I agree. I like this area here for a potential pullback. I think this is solid support here, right? So the only reason I would think that we won't come back here, I do think we come back here, but the only reason I think we don't is if we do something like this. We consolidate here and form a base and then leg up again, then I'll be thinking this will be the pullback, right? But if the price action is just vertical like this, and then we get a low time frame break in market structure, I think we come back to here. But you got to form a base for it to be support, right? Like if we just leg up here, this is not necessarily support, right? This is support, right? We spent time trading here. You know, this is a key area of support. So to me, pulling back, you know, this was a top for fucking 3 years. No reason why we can't see something like this. I think that would actually be good. But eventually we're doing this. So keep that in mind, right? And something I've talked about with a lot of people, right? I'm like, okay, let's assume you didn't buy this low because of COVID, right? You know, you're too scared, whatever, the world was collapsing. Totally fair. But let's say you bought here or anywhere. Even let's say you bought 6K. Okay, let's say your average buy on Bitcoin was 6K over the last 3 years of the bear market. That's pretty fucking good. Have you done 2.5 times 250% on your stack trading, actively trading? Now, I'm not saying you're trading your entire stack, right? Like you're not, you know, going all in, all out on every trade. But if you had just bought Bitcoin and done nothing, you're up 2.5 times, almost 3 times. Have you outperformed that in your own trading? If you've severely underperformed that, or if you're in the negative, maybe you need to think about how you allocate your funds. Maybe you need to have a larger portion of your funds in cold storage, knowing that it's very hard to beat the market. There's a reason there's hedge funds and mutual funds and investment firms and shit. For the most part, most of them barely outperform the market. The S&P, which just does 6 to 8% on its own, right? Like if you're a young person or any of age and you're like got money in a mutual fund through the bank or whatever, or they got you in some sort of shit index fund, get the fuck out of there, open a self-directed account and invest in an index or ETF that just tracks the S&P, because since like 1950 it averages 6 to 8%, and most firms, 9 out of 10 firms, will not match that over that long of a period of time, right? So same goes here, right? I mean, holding is often actually quite profitable. I mean, if you're very nimble and agile, absolutely, you're buying, selling, right? But I see a lot of people who are like, yeah, I have 5 Bitcoins and I'm going to be trading the entire stack on BitMEX or whatever the, you know, Bybit, wherever you are now. To me, that's nuts, right? Like, I mean, unless you're really fucking good, you're not going to outperform the market, especially in a bull trend. You're better off just selling when we're vertical and adding on double-digit dips than you are trying to fucking catch every top and bottom. Yo, VLX, what up, bro? This is the face behind the name. What up, bro? You need to be shorting. Equities, DXY on fire. DAX going to die. 600-point drop. Shit. Let's see. I feel like there's a better symbol for this. Sure, 30. There we go. Yeah, this does look kind of fucked, doesn't it? Let's see, from here down to here. It's a big old drop. Maybe the boy is right. Maybe we all need to be shorting this shit right now. So, I mean, the confirmation play here is probably under this low, right? That's probably the safe bet, shorting it in here or below here. But, or you short now and you just got a super tight stop because you're a crazy fuck. You're a crazy bastard. Maybe here. Maybe that's the play. Okay. We'll look at that after the stream. What exchange do you use for futures? I trade on Binance right now. I just opened up an FTX account after so fucking long. I was hoping the boy Sam would hook it up with some sweet account because I'm an influencer. Just totally kidding. But yeah, I just opened up an FTX account. They've got a lot of cool tokens, and it just seems like Sam is the most progressive person in the space. Like Arthur had the market share, but he never innovated, right? He never innovated. Sam innovates like a motherfucker, right? Like what he did with the Trump tokens and Biden tokens, all that shit, adding stocks. Like that's probably the place I think I'm gonna start moving more of my funds to. But I use Binance right now. It's the chode. It showed. Do you use DXY, SP500, gold, or others for correlations regarding your BTC trading? Absolutely. Kolja. If you go on my YouTube, I have an entire series of videos called Metals with Maine, and I go into great detail about. Watch my last 2 episodes of Metals with Maine. I go into great detail about how I use the dollar when I'm trading metals and when I'm trading Forex, and I go into great detail about how I do it and how you can do it as well. So yes, I do. I'm how you develop confidence in your system and trading. I find often that I second guess myself, and I suspect it's due to not having a strategy that's tested enough. That's exactly right. A good way to do it, Nick, when I first started, was I would make a rule. I mean, first thing is you need a strategy, right? You need to, step 1, learn how to read the basics of the chart. What do the candlesticks mean? All that shit. Don't worry about patterns and any of that BS. Step 2, learn how to mark SR. What are key levels? Where do they form? Then mark the key level and then go look at price on the low time frame and other time frames when it's at that level and see how it does. Did you pick a good level? If this was a shitty level, right, price would not have oscillated around it, right? If price just came up here and shot through this level and never interacted with it again, it's not a good level, right? Learn how to mark good levels. Then you need to learn setups, how to actually get into trades at those key levels, right? So for me, here's our key level. Our bias is bullish in this area. I see a low, a high. I'm looking for a higher low into the pullback, into the 61.8 to 78.6 pullback, into an order block. So I see a higher low here, but where does that higher low form? Right? Boom, right into my little zone, right into a order block, right? So now I have my key level, I'm bullish, I've got my directional bias, and I've got a setup where I say, okay, this is my entry, this is my stop, and I actually know what the fuck I'm doing. Once you have all of those pieces together, then go into the charts, practice, back test, forward test, all that bullshit, and then be strict, right? So when I first started, kind of knowing what I was doing, I said, okay, what happened to me happened to you too, right? I would exit trades early, I would enter and then I'd freak out and I'd exit, whatever. I'd not pull trigger when I should have. I made very strict rules when I first started. I didn't fuck with the trade at all. So when I entered the trade, I got in, I put my stop in, and I put my TP in, and I was not allowed to touch it until I either got stopped out or taken profit. No in between. And that forced me to let shit happen. And if I'm all of a sudden like freaking out, like, I don't want to be in this trade, well then maybe I shouldn't have been in it in the first place. What did I miss? What did I do wrong? Things like that, right? And then you got to journal and collect data and all that shit. So yeah, that would be a good thing to kind of get more confident, right? Once you know what you're doing in your strategy, then don't allow yourself to get out until the trade plays out. Because if you're like, I want to exit now, it's like, well, it's not at your stop. Your stop goes where you're wrong. If you're exiting before that, maybe your invalidation was not in the right place. Or maybe you're trading with too much size, right? Mitchell, isn't that area gold? I was just giving you an example of the 60% pullback thing on the fib. I'm not saying anything specific about gold there. I'm just showing you that these pullbacks and that retracement happens in all markets on all time frames. How do you know when a slight pullback might be a hard pullback? I know we catch, sell the top and buy bottom, but how do you identify a reversal just based on high time frame or like considering swing trades? So I mean, it's a combination of things, right? Where are we pulling back from? Is it a high time frame level? Is it a low time frame level? Right? What you want to do is analyze the market on the high time frame, right, for your areas of interest, and then you want to look for low time frame triggers as to what's going on, right? So if we're pulling back here on Bitcoin, right, and we're coming in at 14K, if we come in here and all of a sudden we start making bullish market structure, that might be it. Now I want to look to long, but if we come here and then we start taking lows out, then I might be saying, okay, we're staying short, we're going lower. So you can use below time frame to you can use the low time frame to monitor market structure to get an idea, right? If we come into this level and we just keep making lower lows, I'm not just gonna fucking long it, right? I'm gonna wait for some low time frame bullish market structure to then get involved, right? So you've got to combine those two things. But at the end of the day, you don't know. Nobody knows. You don't know what's gonna happen until it happens, right? So you have to let price develop and then react, right? You operate on an if this, then that basis. There you go. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Jesus Christ. It's like Q&A period here. What's the difference between how stocks trade and how crypto trades? I mean, there's some differences in PA, but at the end of the day, if it's got a chart, you can trade it, right? Sometimes it trades a little cleaner, one or the other, but essentially anything with a chart can be traded the same way. There's in stocks and in Forex, time has a major factor, right? When there's periods of volatility, there's market closures, there's lots more consistent fundamental announcements and shit like that, but it's a whole nother video. What's your take on RSI during a bull market? I heard people who say they don't trade RSI. I personally don't trade RSI, but it doesn't mean it doesn't work. I know lots of people who use RSI very well for spotting divergences. It's just not something I personally use. Is he looking at tickers today? If so, bid-weth 4. Bro, I think I talked about you in my last video, Julio, and bid-weth looked like absolute dog shit, and I told you that. Yeah. Why are you trading this? There's so many other charts that look so much better in this. I did talk about this. I think it was you. You were in one of my old streams and you asked me to look at this. This looks like dog shit still. The only thing that might be promising is this inverted hammer. Could be a reversal candlestick pattern. And then you have a nice bullish 12-hour candle here forming. Low time frame. We have a low, a high, and we've got a higher low here. So potentially this could be the start of something bullish, but I'm not touching this thing with a 10-foot pole until I see more. So what do we have here as well? We have a low, a high, and then this is potentially a higher low. So high time frame market structure is here, right? Low time frame market structure is here. So what I want to see on this chart to get involved, if you're longing it, I don't even know what this is or how you trade it, I would want to see this get flipped. This is a key order block here because this is also, if we reject here, this becomes a lower high and we're going to take out these lows, okay? But if we can go up through here, then we will have bullish market structure. This might be a medium-term higher low, and then I would be looking to get involved on something like this for higher prices. But for now, I'm not touching this with a 10-foot pole. But if this market structure holds and we make a higher high, flip this, you could potentially look to long that. But looking at this on any sort of high time frame, this looks like absolute AIDS. So I feel like there's so many better charts you could be trading than this, my man. Just my 2 cents. Doubt. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. My average buy was 3K. Then I put it into alts, and now I'm holding like a sucker. That fucking sucks, dude. Because that is an awesome buy. Here's a tip. Mostly just hold Bitcoin. Alts, go down 99% of the fucking time, and 99% of them are fucking scams. You're better off just holding Bitcoin and potentially Ethereum. And then trade alts. Don't just fucking be like me and have a huge bag of EOS that you're just hoping to sell at break even. Mind you, I'm just under break even at the moment, so I've been holding for a fucking long time. So, I mean, yes, you're at break even, that's awesome, but there's opportunity cost in having that money tied up, right? FTX is the shit. Hella perps, my man. Do you recommend any hardware wallet in particular? I have a Ledger. Don't try and fish me or something weird, dude. OPSEC on fleek. I can't believe I just said that. That's so lame. Oh, God. Thanks for the response. I'll check out those videos. Nice that you pronounced the name Kolja. Correct. There you go. Kolja, my man. How do you backtest your strategies? You go back in time and you try shit, right? You can just scroll back on the chart, right? And just look at shit. You can also use the replay tool, right? And say, okay, well, I'm bullish on Ethereum here. We just broke market structure to the upside. So I'm going to look to buy a pullback into this bullish order block here. Let's see if that works. And then you can fucking put some shit together. Be like, okay, I'm going to long this here. I'm going to put my stop here. I'm going to target the high. And then you can say, okay, let's see what happens. Look at that. We got filled. TP, 2R. So you can do shit like that too, right? It's built right in a trading view. Okay. TradingView has a way to do it if you write Pine script. You don't need to write Pine script. You can just do exactly what I showed you there, but maybe there's another way. Yo, Maine, are you big on oscillators and divergences? Personally, no. I trade mostly price action, but I know some absolutely awesome traders who use all sorts of indicators like RSI, MACD, all sorts of shit. So I'm not saying they don't work, just not something I personally use. Yeah, man, I learned a big thing about my gut. Maybe a nice rule of thumb for some out there is if you start feeling sick, if the trade goes against you, your size is too big. Anyways, absolutely. If you are in a trade and you feel like you're going to throw up if you get stopped out, you have way too much size on. Thank you very much. This guy really wants to know what hardware wallet I'm using. It's worrying me. If I get any emails from Ledger, I'm not opening them. What's your low time frame to get involved? Generally, I'm more of a high time frame trader, so I'll be analyzing charts on like the weekly, the daily, the 3-day, executing on the H4, the H1. I'm working on getting better at executing on the really low time frame, like the 1 minute, the 5 minute, the 15 minute, but I'm not perfect at it yet. FTX has shit liquidity. Watch out. Okay. The ego on this dude. Pain coming. Sunspun. Who the fuck is this guy? Are you telling me to shut the fuck up? You shut the fuck up. How's that sound, bud? Hey, man, look at the latest H1 bullish OB. Looks like we're going to the range low. Yes, I mean, we wicked through here. I don't know. I'm not too concerned about Bitcoin right now. That's probably the range I would watch, right? So I think this is my area of interest, right? So either up from here, or if we come below here, I think we trade down to the range low. That would be kind of my pivot for Bitcoin. Either up or, but no, here, look for shorts down towards there. I'm drunk as fuck. Well, if you're drunk as fuck and you apologize, then I forgive you. Can you talk about the SFP on F daily close? Yeah, so I mean that is an SFP. So how you would trade this, right, is as soon as this candle closed, which was 3.5 hours ago now, is you would short. If you're just trading this as an SFP, you would short immediately, and your invalidation is the SFP high, and I would target right here. So that would be the SFP setup if you were just going to trade it like kind of a standard SFP. What I would probably do is zoom in and say, okay, we have an SFP here. What I'm going to wait for, instead of just entering on market, which you totally can, is I'm going to say, okay, this is like a little bullish order block here. I'm going to see if we come up here. And if we come up here and reject, I'd probably short, right? And then you could compound here. But if we come up here and regain this level, obviously the SFP don't mean shit. But for now, right, this high now needs to hold. So any sort of pullback, technically, you could short with your stop above the high. Start co-vesting, bro, so you can overtake number one guy that is fucking crazy. Is co-vesting legal is my question. I don't know. I'd have to know more about it. I don't love the idea of people copying my trades, because I can take a trade that, you know, might get stopped and I lose 1 to 3% of my account, and some person might have put 15% of their account and get wrecked, right? I don't really like that, but maybe. FTX is amazing, but the liquidity does suck. Interesting, because I know, like, I'm pretty sure Flood is using FTX. I mean, he's moving major size. I mean, maybe on some of the weird perps and tokens outside of the majors, perhaps. Can you make the next stream with Crypto ISO? Yeah, I mean, if he wants to hop on video, I'd be more than happy to do a video with him. Should I sell my Bitcoin and buy ADA? Why are you asking me, bro, right? And it's okay, I forgive you. There's a chart that answers your question, right? This chart is, should I own Bitcoin or ADA, right? So when we're here, ADA is outperforming Bitcoin. When we're here, Bitcoin is outperforming ADA, right? Because this is Cardano, right? Because that's the numerator, that's the denominator. So you don't need me to answer that question. The real question is this chart bullish? If this chart is bullish, then potentially it might make more sense to hold Cardano over Bitcoin. This chart doesn't look quite bullish yet to me. I would wait for this chart to get bullish before I, consider that. We've got this kind of bottoming range here. We've broken out clearly. What I would likely want to see is kind of us get back above here. I think if we get back above here, right, so we get some sort of bullish price action. If we get back above here, then I'd be looking to long this pair, which would essentially be trading Bitcoin for Cardano. What is your average account risk per trade? When I'm trading Forex, equities, things like that, anywhere from like 1 to 3%. Sometimes on crypto, if I'm really confident on a trade, I'll go a little bit bigger, but never much more than, maybe 5%, right? The thing is if you get stopped out, right, you want it to be a flesh wound. If you get stopped out, you lose 20% of your account. The amount of money and percent gain that it takes you to get back just to break even is huge, right? So you do not want to be going into huge, deep drawdown, because then you got to fucking grind to get back, right? And that's the problem with altcoins, right? Is people buy, you buy all-time high or something here, right? Let's say your entry on Cardano is here, okay? And you hold it for 90% drawdown. To get back to break even, you've got to do 1,200%, right? So that's the problem, right? So if I risk 10% on a trade, right, just to get back to break even, I'm going to have to do, fucking math didn't work, did it? Here we go, hold on. Why is this doing this to me? So let's say I lose, oh my God. Let's say I lose 20% or so of my account, right? For me to get back, this is wrong. Hold on one sec here. Here you go. So if you're in 5% drawdown, 5% back to break even, right? 10%, 11, 15, 20, 25, right? Once you start getting into major fucking drawdown on your account, you got to do crazy returns to get back to break even, right? So you absolutely do not want to be risking 5, 10, 20% of your account on a trade, because all of a sudden you're down 50% on your, trading account. It's going to take you 100% gain just to get back to break even. Go all in on main coin. It's the new Bitcoin. Yeah. Wreck proof coin. All right. Can I ask you a question related to the ICT Sniper series, or is there a thread where I can ask ICT? Some of his stuff is 150 IQ. Okay, yeah, Wasik, if you have a question specifically about something like that, just put it in one of the question threads in the Discord and I'll do my best to answer. I have 2014 BTC, please. Okay, well send me some then, bro. What the fuck? Fuck you. Share the wealth. I think you can just hold shift plus a mouth click. It'll do the date price auto. Okay, that's good to know. Yo, Gotti, what's up? Alright, so... Has anyone got any questions? This has already been an hour, so I feel like I'm probably just going to wrap this up here. This was fun. I just want to kind of come hang out with people. I'm going to try and make this, a more regular occurrence because I really enjoy doing these. I miss interacting with y'all. So I'm definitely going to try and post more stuff like this in the future, just doing streams, hanging out. If you want to join the Discord, you want to come chat, the PA Palace is back. The link is in the description. If you got any questions, hit me up. And yeah, I appreciate you all tuning in, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're all going to make it, bros. We're all going to get girlfriends. It's going to be an awesome bull run. So I'm looking forward to it. Just remember, move slow, right? Don't stress. Mark up the charts. Trust in your strategy, right? And you'll be fine. Don't risk more than you're willing to lose. Just be smart about it. And we'll be okay, man. We'll be okay. All right. So if you got any questions, join on Discord. Drop questions in there. Feel free to tag me. You can also DM me on Twitter. Hit me up on Twitter. But yeah, PA Palace is back. Let's fucking pump it. All right, guys. Thanks.